When to plant pumpkins for a perfect fall harvest, U.S. Guide. Did you know that the timing of your pumpkin planting can make or break your fall harvest? Plant too early, and your pumpkins may rot before Halloween. Plant too late, and you'll have nothing but green gourds when the season arrives. Let's cut straight to the good stuff. Here's exactly when and how to plant pumpkins in the U.S., so you can carve, decorate, or bake them at just the right time. Know your frost dates. Pumpkins are warm season crops. They hate frost. To time them right, you need to know 2 key dates for your region. Last spring frost, when it's safe to plant outdoors. First fall frost, when cold temperatures could kill vines and stop growth. Pumpkins need 75 to 110 frost-free days depending on the variety. Check your USDA hardiness zone and count backward from your region's average first fall frost date. That gives you your latest planting window. Example, if your first frost is around October 15th and your pumpkin variety takes 100 days, count back 100 days. Plant by early July to harvest in time for fall. Best planting windows by region, U.S. Northern states, zones 3 to 5. Shorter growing season. Start seeds indoors in late May. Transplant outdoors in early June when soil reaches 70 degrees Fahrenheit. Choose fast-maturing varieties, 90 days or less. Midwest and Northeast, zones 5 to 7. Plant directly outdoors from late May through mid-June. For larger varieties, plant by early June for October harvest. Southern states, zones 7 to 10. Longer season means more flexibility. Direct sow from late June through early July for Halloween. Watch for extreme heat, provide mulch and water deeply. West Coast, zones 8 to 10. Mild climates allow staggered plantings. For fall harvest, aim for late May through early July, depending on your microclimate. Soil and sun requirements. Pumpkins are heavy feeders. They demand rich, well-drained soil and full sun. Soil temperature, wait until soil is consistently 70 degrees Fahrenheit before planting. Sun, minimum of 6 to 8 hours direct sunlight per day. Soil prep, work in compost or aged manure a few weeks before planting. Pumpkins thrive in nutrient-rich soil. Quick tip, conduct a simple soil test before planting. Balanced pH, 6, 0 to 6, 8, and good drainage prevent diseases and nutrient issues. Direct sowing versus transplants. Direct sowing. Best for most regions. Plant seeds 1 inch deep in small mounds, 4 to 5 feet apart, larger spacing for giant varieties. Water immediately after planting. Starting indoors. In very short season areas, start seeds in peat pots 2 to 3 weeks before your last frost. Transplant carefully once true leaves form and soil warms up. Important, pumpkins dislike root disturbance, so handle seedlings gently. Choosing the right variety. Classic jack-o'-lantern, 100 to 110 days, e.g., Howden. Mini pumpkins, 90 days, e.g., Baby Boo, Jack B. Little. Pie pumpkins, 95 to 105 days, e.g., Sugar Pie. Giant pumpkins, 120 plus days, e.g., Atlantic Giant. Match your variety's days to maturity with your planting window for perfect timing. How to plant for success. Build small hills or raised rows to improve drainage and warmth. Sow 2 to 3 seeds per hill and thin to the strongest plant after germination. Mulch around plants to retain moisture and suppress weeds. Keep soil evenly moist, especially during flowering and fruit set. Tip: avoid overhead watering to reduce the risk of powdery mildew and other diseases. Drip irrigation or soaker hoses are ideal. Fertilizing for growth and fruit. Pumpkins are hungry plants. Feed them well. Early growth, use a nitrogen-rich fertilizer, e.g., fish emulsion, to encourage strong vines. Flowering and fruit set, switch to a fertilizer higher in phosphorus and potassium, e.g., bone meal, compost tea. Fertilize every 2 to 3 weeks during the growing season. Stop heavy fertilizing once pumpkins start turning orange. Timing for Halloween and fall decor. Want pumpkins ready for Halloween? Aim to plant late May to early July depending on your region and variety. Plan so they mature 2 weeks before you need them to allow curing. Pumpkins are ready to harvest when the rind is hard and resists puncture. Color is deep and consistent. Vines begin to wither and dry. Cut pumpkins with a sharp knife or pruners, leaving 3 to 4 inches of stem. Cure them in a warm, dry spot for about 10 days to toughen the skin and extend storage. Common mistakes to avoid. Planting too early leads to overripe or rotting pumpkins before fall. Planting too late, fruits won't mature before frost. Ignoring spacing, crowded plants compete for nutrients and airflow, increasing disease risk. Overwatering leads to root rot and weak vines. Skipping pest management, squash bugs and vine borers can destroy crops. Inspect vines weekly. Quick tips for a thriving pumpkin patch. Rotate crops yearly to avoid soil-borne diseases. Hand-pollinate flowers if bee activity is low. Use floating row covers early in the season to protect young plants from pests. Monitor soil moisture during fruit development. Drought stress can lead to misshapen pumpkins. Protecting pumpkins from pests and disease. Even with perfect timing, pests can ruin your crop if you're not careful. Watch for squash vine borers. Look for sawdust-like frass near the base of vines. Wrap stems with aluminum foil or use row covers early in the season. Check for powdery mildew. White powder on leaves means it's spreading. Improve airflow by pruning, and spray with a solution of 1 teaspoon baking soda plus 1 liter of water weekly. Squash bugs. Inspect the undersides of leaves for clusters of bronze eggs. Crush them or remove leaves before they hatch. Tip: interplanting with marigolds or nasturtiums can help repel pests naturally, while attracting pollinators at the same time. Storing your pumpkins for fall and beyond. You've harvested at the perfect time, now keep them fresh. Curing: after harvest, cure pumpkins in a warm, 80 to 85 degrees Fahrenheit, dry spot for 7 to 10 days. This hardens the skin and seals small wounds. Storage conditions: once cured, store in a cool, 50 to 60 degrees Fahrenheit, dry place with good ventilation. Avoid stacking pumpkins directly on top of each other, use straw or cardboard between layers. Longevity: properly cured and stored pumpkins can last 2 to 3 months, sometimes longer, giving you plenty of time for carving, cooking, or decor. Tip: handle pumpkins by their base, not the stem, to avoid breaking the handle and opening the fruit to rot. Bottom line: for most U.S. gardeners, the ideal time to plant pumpkins for a fall harvest is late May through early July, counting backward from your first frost date and matching your variety's maturity time. Combine that with rich soil, consistent care, and a little patience, and you'll be rewarded with perfect pumpkins when autumn arrives. Happy planting, and here's to a bountiful fall harvest.